Okay, so the first one up, come on up, Mr. Bannister. This is Cadet Davis Bannister. He will be a 17 grad. The title of his speech is Becoming a Man. Becoming a Man by Cadet Bannister. Good luck, sir.
In Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, he wrote, "When I was a child, I walked as a child, I spoke as a child, and I reasoned as a child. But as I became a man, I put away childish things." Growing up, my childhood, well, it was essentially perfect. I never wanted for much. I had two loving parents who were together, an older brother to look up to, and I loved it. I loved life, and I was happy. When I graduated from high school, I thought, Davis, you've grown up. You're a man. It's time to put childish things away. You're going to the Citadel. You're a man. Congratulations. But after coming here, I soon realized that I wasn't a man at all. And I would like to tell you how I am now becoming a man. On the night I matriculated, my grandfather lost his battle with cancer. So my parents came back to pick me up on Sunday, and we went home for his funeral. On Tuesday, me and my brother and my childhood friend Trey drove back down to Charleston. You see, my brother was living in Beaufort at the time with Trey, attending Beaufort Tech, and I had fallen asleep in the car, and I woke up, and it was raining. And when I say it was raining, I mean it was really raining. Like in Forrest Gump, that big old fat rain. That was what was coming down, and I was freaking out because I looked up and I couldn't see anything out the front windshield. And my brother's face, it stayed cool and calm. He was just driving, bobbing his head to the music, and I thought, I'm safe. Julian's at the helm. He would never let anything bad happen to me. So I went back to sleep. And I got back down here, went through Hell Week and finished, and loved my classmates, loved what I was doing. But on the night before classes started, the following Tuesday, my brother ended up having a fatal car accident and passing away. And on the ride up from Savannah, I thought about many things. Where do I go from here? What do I do now? So they told me I could take a year, I could take a week. So I took a week. I didn't want to let anyone down, so I came back. And I didn't really want to be here, to be honest with you. I realized I was a child. I wanted to be in my bed, feeling sorry for myself and safe. But I kept going through things, and I kept trying, but I ultimately fell in December and messed up my shoulder and had to have full shoulder reconstruction surgery and was medically discharged in February. So I was sent back home again, and I was still lost and confused and didn't really know where to go from there. But I thought about something. I thought about my hero in life, which is my grandmother. You see, my grandmother went back to medical school at the age of 60. When everyone said, George, there's no way you could be a medical student at 60 years old. That's impossible. You couldn't do it. And she said, just watch me. So she applied, and only one school accepted her. Save a Medical University in the Caribbean. So she hopped on a plane and she headed for the beach. She persevered and made it through medical school and ended up graduating summa cum laude of Save a Medical University. And then when she entered her residency, during her third year, she developed the most aggressive form of breast cancer. And everyone thought the novelty was over, that she had made it very far, and it was a very noble act, but she had cancer. She had to have a double mastectomy. They told her it would be 7 months of chemo. But she said, I don't have time for 7 months. I'll do 5. Instead of 3 days a week, I'll just take 5 days a week, and we'll get it done. So she did. And then she went back to her residency, and she finished, and she's now a practicing physician at the age of 74. It's those little things in life, and I realized something. I said, I've got to go back. I'm going to go back. So I came back, and I was in Alabama. And I just wasn't happy, though. I wasn't happy. I thought it was here that made me not happy. But then I realized I wasn't going to be happy anywhere, because you see, I wasn't happy with where I was. I was still stuck in that moment in the car, the moment of fear in the rain. I was still a child in that moment. I wasn't looking past the rain. I was standing in it and only feeling that. I was focusing all of my energy on that. When a man, he sees past the rain. A man sees where his goals are. Because I realized everyone has rain in their life. Everyone's been rained on. Life's not easy for anyone. And everyone has their story. But it's the people who persevere, who get past that. You see, my grandmother had a lot of rain. But she never saw the rain. She never felt the rain. She only knew her goals and where she was going. And that's what drove her. So I put my head back down and I kept trying. And I made it to the other side. You see, Jim Croce said in his song, "Tomorrow's going to be a brighter day." He said, there's truth in constellation, and what I'm trying to say, that nobody ever had a rainbow baby before he had the rain. And it's those little rainbows. It's the little pride. It's the little joys that you get when you achieve something after you've been in the rain. You see, it's the joy that I found once I got to rejoin my classmates and wear 3 and be a sophomore. It's the joys that my grandmother had of her hair finally growing back. It's those little joys that are the little rainbows that we have in our lives where it makes the rain not feel as bad. But it's the goals on the other side of the storm that we have to keep focused on. And that is what a man does. Winston Churchill said that it is not the strength of a man, it is the courage of a man to do what he has to do in the moment. Whatever decision he has to make, he must be strong and be willing to make. And that is what makes a man. You see, I thought about something before I ultimately was going to leave when I was a knob. And I thought about the last time that I talked to my brother. You see, it was here on campus. It was right in front of 3rd Battalion. I had never talked to anyone outside of battalion because that was against the rules, except for Julian. And Julian got out of the car and he walked to the back and I was getting my stuff out. And he said, "So you get leave in a week?" And I said, "That's right." He said, "All right, well, I'll see you in a week. Now you go give them hell and you show them how great you are because I'm proud of you and I love you, little brother." And that's what I want to do. I want to continue here in my time and I want to keep becoming a man because I know that I've achieved a lot. But until I have my ring and I have my lambskin is when I will become a man. Thank you very much.